Hello, welcome to Liverpool vs. everybody. Um, just here to talk about the cup match yesterday. Uh, I'm gonna try not to be a buzzkill here, but I'm not really. It's always good to see us win, right? Against teams like that, we should win. Um, but again, there's certain areas that are in situations and things that we're not clinical and clean with that still bother me because that's a team that we don't play them in the league, and 10 times out of 10 we could probably beat them with the same score or even better. Um, so it's nice to get kind of a. I've been saying warm up, but that's not even. I mean, that was like a scrimmage out there. You know what I mean? And Tottenham's going to be, I think, the toughest test out of the first three games, first three teams we played. They probably haven't gotten off to the most glowing start that they would have wanted to get off as well. So um, it's another chance to get 3 points against Tottenham. I'm not convinced that we can go out there and be strong and fight. I'm not convinced of that. I hope that we do. I want us to. But I just don't know. The thing that I guess we do have on our side is that for the better teams, we do get up for them. So if that's a hint for anything, then I can see us probably, I guess, going there and playing well. That's usually what we do against the better team. So, but yeah, this team that we just beat is not. There's nothing about that that's giving me confidence that we can go on to Tottenham and continue that, because that's been a problem, right? The consistency. And the problem is with teams that put pressure on us, those are the teams that we seem to struggle with. And this team that we played in the League Cup is there was no. Mignolet had to do no work. The center backs had to do little to no work. So yeah, it's going to be a whole different world against Tottenham. Some of the highlights I thought, Matip. Again, the team we were playing against, so I don't know if that was a reason why we were able to see what we saw, but clearly Jurgen Klopp asked of him to move up forward with the ball, and he did that really well. And I don't know if he was just given a whole bunch of space, or I don't know, but a lot of times he almost appeared to be like a midfield. He was up really high, and the other guys, sat back and held the D down. So I like that about Matip. It'd be nice to see him in the starting role versus Tottenham, him and Lovren. Those are our only options. I'd like to have Lovren out of there. He had a challenge in the box that to me was questionable and could have been a penalty kick. And just some other moments in the game where it's just, it's unfortunate that that's our starting center back. Anyway, and Matip looked good, I thought. Hey, Mane, he's just unbelievable, man. And for all of you who would even consider saying something like, Mane's injury wasn't a big deal, and Mane's our best player right now. Call me prisoner of the moment, whatever. He's our best player. We haven't had pace in the Liverpool football team. I don't know when. I mean, pace like that. I don't know if we've ever had, man. It's all. I feel like he's going to be a better player at Liverpool than Southampton. I mean, he's because he's always been fast, but he's just, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just the system we have, but he works so well in it. And he works both sides of the field. He tracks back on defense. His assists are great. He's just always at the right place at the right time with the ball. And that first step is just crazy. And it's not even that he's doing tricks. It's just raw, sheer speed. Look at size the man up, and he's gone. There's no flips and tricks, and there's nothing like that. It's just raw speed, and that's scary, man. Even scary is the idea that he went down a couple of times in this game and he was wincing, and I was just like, man, this guy, he doesn't necessarily have a robust build. I mean, he's strong. He's a football player, so he's definitely strong. I just worry about his knocks, man. I just worry about him, the physicality of the league. I think some guys are going to pick up on that. I think that's a natural thing when they know you might be fragile. They might bump you a little harder, attack you a little harder. So I don't know. I'm going to knock on wood and be optimistic, and I don't want to jinx it, but that if he can stay healthy the whole season, I mean that's going to give us that much more of a spark. So. Not really too positive with our striker, and again with this team, we could have won probably 7 or 8 to 0. Just not clinical enough, And I know it's a 5-0 win, and that's everybody should be satisfied. I'm not. I mean, there's more we need to do. There's much more we need to do. And again, time's going to be a good test. I'm more so looking to see what our defense can do. I'd definitely rather have a 0-0 draw than Tottenham to just spank us, 3-1 or something like that. If our defense is on point, going forward, I think we can figure that out, especially with Mane back. But defensively is what I'm looking to see. Midfield back. What are we doing to stop this other team from scoring? Everybody's riding Henderson, including myself. And it's just a shame that's our captain. And I just don't see us moving forward in the future with him being the captain, let alone even having being anywhere on the field. I just think being a squad player is what fits him best. I don't want to hear about him playing out of position, whatever. Emre Can played out of position when Brendan Rodgers was there and did a fine job. Didn't sulk about it. I'm not saying Henderson is sulking, but he went there and he did a fine job. So it's about playing. If you want to play, you're going to play. Milner does it. He doesn't sulk. He just plays. He ain't the best at it, and it's a shame that that's our only option at left back. But I think Henderson needs to go. He was clearly the weakest link again, and so we'll see though. We'll see what happens. Looking forward to the Tottenham game, bright and early Saturday morning here in the States. Gonna be a tough test. And it's gonna be interesting to see what we're made of against a team like that. In my opinion, they're a better side than Arsenal right now. And they're definitely better than Arsenal defensively. So it's gonna be tough. Again, I'm pretty confident in what we can do going forward, especially with Mane back. I'm hoping this game gave Sturridge some confidence, but I don't know. It's hard to measure that versus a team that we played against, and then kind of transferring that over to I don't want to say a real team, but a much better team in Tottenham. So I'd like to see Sturridge start. I think Origi is still trying to get there. He had a lot of chances in his last game that he just couldn't capitalize on. Although he did get his one goal, right? Origi? I think Origi scored the one goal, yeah. So I think it'd be Sturridge with Mane on the right, Firmino right under Sturridge, and then Coutinho on the left. I would like to see Kevin Stewart and Emre Can in the middle. I think that's a midfield we should experiment a little more with. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't. I think Klopp is still on Henderson's. I think he still feel like Henderson is the right choice in that part of the field for some reason. So, and then the usual. Well, somewhat the usual. Klein left, Matip, Lovren, and Milner, and then Mignolet in goal. So, looking forward to seeing it. I can't see me coming back anytime before the game. Not going to come back and talk about James Rodriguez, because I think that's diddly poo. So I think 7 days are left transfer window, so hopefully we can grab somebody. But we'll see. Till then.